Unknown Battlegrounds is a massive multiplayer online game which was released by Bluehole. They kind of changed their name to PUBG after releasing the game. So this game is kind of like your typical battle royale system, which was inspired from a film, and they said they came up with their idea of their own, which clearly they didn't. They kind of said this is gonna be our unique idea, but so this is kind of like a massive multiplayer thing where it's divided into two options where you can play alone, which is more fun than others, and you have to survive in a map with others in it in this like a last man standing wins, or you can go with a team of minimum four, and then you can have fun with your friends. So the last team standing will win, but the idea same. You get it, right? So this game was kind of like having a love and hate relationship with all the gamers because of the amount of bugs, glitches, and I can understand to a certain extent the developers are not doing this as a good job because they didn't think that the game would explode this much. I mean, if you think about it, the game has at least millions and millions of concurrent players at a kind of single instant, and it surpassed Counter Strike, Global Offensive, and Dota 2 on Steam. Let that sink in. Yeah, it did. And this year it has become something of a kind of like a pop culture thing where everyone has to play PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds in their life, or they were looked at differently. So fans have taken a liking to the game at the start of the year. They love this game when it comes to like, oh shit, I want to play this game. I always wanted to play this game, and why am I not playing this game and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they had issues as well. Now, the major issues that came to mind is one thing: dedicated servers. So throughout the world, they should have. So if you don't know about dedicated servers, that is kind of like if you're from Asia, and they will have like an Asian dedicated server. So if you are from anywhere around Asia, you can connect to that server, and that server will always have perfect connection. Now they someone will have like your ISP servers, peer-to-peer connection that will be from like Asia to Europe, Europe to America and stuff like that. But that's not always reliable because that's not going to be a number one. It's going to be reliable, as I said. B, it's going to be fast. C, is going to have a perfect connection. It's like if someone from Europe drops off, who's going to kind of like the leader of that peer connection, you're going to drop off from Asia as well. But if you have a dedicated server, even if it's from Europe and the Europe server is down, Asian server will be great, and then just like the connection head will transfer from that server to the server without kind of like disturbing your match and stuff like that. So this is kind of like the internet things behind the things. If it's a single player game and multiplayer is kind of like an add-on, people would have forgiven them because that was not their forte. But this game was sold on the fact that it is a massive multiplayer game where you can have fun with your friends or alone itself. So that kind of like puts a weird thing on the gameplay, right? It's a multiplayer, but you can play it alone without your friends. So that kind of like a weird thing. Obviously, this was CS:GO written all over it, but at least in CS:GO you had a team, one team versus the other team. Here you can't even have a team. You just can't enjoy it all by yourself. That was the new thing. So people bought it, ate it up, and at the same time they had issues. Now, to their defense, I mean, I don't know why am I defending them, but to their defense, they said it was kind of like a major issue because they think that the early access thing was a big title that said, but $20-30 in early access is always too steep for anyone who's actually trying to play a lot of games. So for me, the same thing as well. But when it comes to release, people are still saying that this is not a perfect time to release the game because it's not done yet. There's like a lot of things that need to be fixed, so they have to just like put it on early access for a while, just listen to the community, change a lot of things, but they're not apparently listening. Now, the other major hate relationship with the game is because of the Chinese audience. Now, I think 30 to 40% of the game audiences is made of Chinese people, and those people love these games. And they said, you know what, we need a dedicated server. As I said again, Asia needs to be covered, but these guys actually didn't cover for them, and these guys did something stupid when it comes to advertising and stuff like that. So there's those guys, and those guys, let me tell you, got fucking pissed and just like destroyed the Steam review, which kind of like a bad PR in my opinion. When I go to that site, if I see it a mixed review, it had a lot of reviews. Okay, 400,000 plus reviews in just like hours or something like that. And when I go and see that, like, and Steam made it really easy for us to see this thread had negative reviews from this day to this day. And I'm like, oh, what happened on that date, especially because it got positive reviews before that. What happened then? Just like I'm gonna go and Google and search it, and it's like boom, everything is about this company will be revealed to me. In other terms, I might have gotten that opportunity to do that. So I think that was kind of like a nod to the players who are actually reading these things than anything more. So I gotta give them that. And there's a lot of things that are there. And today we are going to be talking about why it sucks on Xbox and what they are doing to kind of like change that before the game actually releases on PC on December 20th. So 2 days to go, and we are going to cover that as well, how that goes. I mean, it can go shite, which people are expecting it to go, but we're going to take a look at that. So for now, we are going to take a look at the Xbox One. Let's go. So PUBG on Xbox One has gotten off to a winning start. Although players are less impressed by the current performance levels. I mean, I get that 100% because if you think about it, it is what it is. I told you like this, and it was gonna happen, and it has happened. So people who have bought the game are kind of like less impressed, and the criticisms are like it's not fully finished. It's like beaten up at the edges. It needs some sort of things that to be well crafted, and so the problem is the players are saying is like it only offers like a 20 FPS thing even on Xbox One X. I'm like, what? And it's not Xbox One X. It's like a Xbox One, but Xbox One X is just a little bit better. That's it. It's not perfect. So Xbox One X is kind of like the perfect console that is out there, and these guys are not worrying about it just because I don't know why. And if that console is not playing your game in a perfect manner, then you gotta take a hard look at yourself. That's all I'm saying. And Microsoft said the fans it's like a review releases are in work in progress apparently, and I don't know. I mean, pub cops are, it's like a community thing where in PC they can easily just skirmish away from the truth by saying it's early access, but on Xbox, I don't think that's the case. I don't know. But this is kind of like the weird one. So play the game, give the developers feedback, and help the game the best it can be. I have no idea how these guys even exist on Xbox, to be honest with you. So then there's kind of like a talk of two things. One is like claims by fans that they can change the loading time, change the graphical improvisation of things. So there's two Reddit users by the name Kiwi Green 69. He said DVR features should be make the game more stable. So that kind of like, all right, so it's already kind of like a setting thing. You can change it, and it's a problem. And the other guy, Loaded Girl, says if you buy a SSD that is fast. So now the problem with me is that Xbox One X is costly, $500, and that should be the sale that you should do, right? And you get the game, you play the game, you enjoy, you have a good time. But if there are like, oh, you need to go and change the settings to 1,000 different ways, or you need to get the faster SSD, which will cost you more. And I'm like, why the fuck do I need to spend that much? I don't even need the game. I just don't even need the console. This is not an enticing thing. Seriously, this is not an enticing thing. I mean, if they had just listened to the people of the community, the constructive criticism that they actually gave, it was not just like mindless shouting, it was all constructive criticisms. Dude, take a look at your game, there's like a lot of issues here. They didn't acknowledge it. They were like, you know what, no problem, we are gonna just we're gonna release it for Xbox, everything's gonna be fine. But apparently it's not. And I've told this many times, if you don't listen to your fans, who are you gonna make your games for? And Xbox, I mean, Xbox has been having a worst year with the rise of Switch. I mean, with the rise of PS4 Pro, and Xbox One X was like, oh, we are gonna do it. And everyone bought the console because apparently everyone has money and everyone wants a powerful console. I understand that, but at the end of the day, you need games for that powerful console per se. I don't know what they were going for with this one. I have no idea really, because they thought, okay, we are gonna take this successful game from PC and then we are just going to transform it into console. But no other console is going to have it, and we are going to sell more, right? Yeah, right. No, you're not. Number one reason is because there's another game which is free, and that's right there. 50-50 matches are there, same battle royale mode. You're gonna have fun. Number one. Number two is that my game is far more successful and really enjoyable than this mess. Sometimes it's not about the excitement, sometimes it's not about the gameplay, sometimes it's about the presentation. If I go into a game, if I can play it, then I will give it a chance, right? Then I'll decide if it's fun or not. But sometimes when I just go in there, that's it. I can't do anything about it, so I can't even play the game. It's a mess. How do you think I'm gonna feel then? I don't know, guys. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what do you think. The launch is fucked up, I know, and the PC launch is gonna be fucked up as well. Hey, who the fans? Let me know if you're a PUBG hardcore fan. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about the full release. Is it too soon, or is it way too late? Too little too late. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. That would be the question of the day. For the hour, maybe the day didn't make any sense. So like every one of the video I make a question of the day. It's like, how many questions will you ask a day? So question of the hour for you. Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, be peculiar, stay peculiar. Stop posting around with that subscribe button. Like this video. Also the notification icon there. Hit that. Share the video with friends and family. Subscribe to the channel for Good Gaming. Join the Cavalier collective. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.